Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for educations and technology only. So early this morning, I have asked a person who practiced the N1 process, which I shared yesterday, to no longer practice the process and to leave my support group, and I'm not going to support him anymore. So it's better to part away. So this incident inspired me to share with you. Actually, this person is not the first person I asked them to not practice what I share and leave my group and not support them anymore. There are many so-called grandmasters which I asked them to do that in past 1 decade. So what is the reason? Why do I make this type of decisions? There are 3 reasons why I make this type of decisions. Because if I don't make this decision, it's going to screw up things, Chinese culture, meditations, Wing Chun, as what has been screwed up in past 60 years. Okay? So, the first reason is not able to learn properly. Not able to learn properly. And it is always, I think I know. Okay? For example, if I ask somebody who want me to support them to read the chapter in Wing Chun Inceptions on the Xiu Lian Tao writing, how it related to the ancient Chinese culture or the teaching, and they ignore it, okay? And they just want to get the process, N1 process. Well, that is actually not able to learn properly. Because they just want control. They just want something for them and not understand what is the entire thing. With this type of mentality, usually you will get into the second problem. The second problem is making judgment on what one is coolest. Okay? For example, in my video yesterday, I talked about the ancient, how they get into the samadhi. Samadhi. Well, what is samadhi? What is samadhi? If one right away make a judgment that N1 can get into the samadhi or N1 cannot get into samadhi, all sort of stuff, that is missing the entire point. One need to know what is samadhi. How is the N1 process and the science behind N1 process related to the samadhi practice? Okay? So what is samadhi? For example, this is the Surangama Sutra, which talk about the Surangama Samadhi. Okay? With the commentary. Okay? The original sutta with the commentary. This is for Surangama Samadhi. How many of you guys out there have read that book, know that book, get a teacher who train you in that book? You want to talk about samadhi? Until one get into this, one have clueless on what is going on. So if one say that the N1 process can get into the samadhi or N1 process cannot get into samadhi, one need to know what is samadhi. What is the science behind it? If one know that, then one be able to discuss technically. Instead of jump gun and using empty, baseless term, which one don't know. Okay? And then with this, it will lead into give false credit. Like saying N1 is the creations of the Hendrik. That's false credit. Why is false credit? I am not the Buddha. This is Buddha's teaching. I am not the Taoist and the traditional Chinese martial art sage in the ancient China. In Wing Chun Inception, this point out the classical, the N1 is based in, and there's a science there. If one don't say that, one don't know it, right away they say, you know, Hendrik's N1, and then Hendrik is rational. What is all those practice which is based on the ancient traditional Chinese teaching, Buddhism's, Confucian's, traditional Chinese martial art, Taoism, got to do with Hendrik? That is giving false credit. So, because of this false credit, you can see in the market today, oh, this is based on this grandmaster. And you just give the false credit, then people lead, like you say, well, this is the Hendrik's idea and so forth. Well, that means you actually put the focus on Hendrik, but not what is happening there. What is the content? It's like this book, 1,500 years. 1,500 years book by Dharma Master Zhiyi, a Buddhist monk. This is based on Anapanasati of Buddha's teaching. Zhiyi, the Buddhist monk, is just said in the Chinese way after he practiced the Anapanasati. Okay, so if we say that this is Zhiyi method, we mislead people. We're going to lose the root into the Anapanasati, and then it become interpretations. Aren't we all familiar? This Tan Sao, I can interpret this way, that way, that way, instead of going say that this is Shaolin Sword Strike. You need to follow the Shaolin Sword Strike, not the Grandmaster's name. Okay? And then the same here. As Samadhi, you need to know what is a sword strike. What is the body mechanics? Instead of making judgment of this is a sword strike, this is not sword strike, and have no idea, or Wing Chun is this, Wing Chun is that, have no idea in the mechanics of it and the details of it. And then at the end is that because one be able to have some practice or know some demonstrations or know some basic stuff, then one start to put the name up there as a grandmaster. There are many in the past decades, people who do this kind of stuff, I kick him out from my school. Why? Because there's a responsibility. Are we contribute to help everybody to clear up things, or we contribute to our own, as what usually people say, this ego? Okay, I don't like to use the term ego, because the proper term is self-attachment. When one learns something, like be able to meditate a little bit or have some kung fu, start one becomes self-righteousness. And no longer one study this. And so what? It ends up that one will never get into the samadhi, or one not be able to do the sword strike, and getting all kinds of followers, playing all kinds of magic, and at the same time have no idea on what happened in the ancient. So we need to be really careful. What Hendrik do is just brought all this thing, put it into a scientific explanations or present in scientific language into this book. That's an example. So leave me alone on this false credit and leave me alone from on this thing. I really don't want anybody associate with me doing this. Okay? I'm not interested to be like the grandmasters in the past 60 years. Everybody refer to, based on this grandmaster or based on Hendrik. I am not interested in that. I'm not in the business that. As this channel, I am into the educations and technology and presenting what exactly happened in the Chinese culture. So this is to share with you. If we want to learn something, be it the ancient Chinese or today's science and technology, we better have the mind clear and doing this way. Otherwise, the real professional is going to know about this thing and is going to laugh at it, and at the same time, one is misleading oneself and misleading other. Usually when I raise the case, if people come argue with me with all kind of alibi, there's a time I kick them out from the school. Because it's hopeless. Okay? So, am I so perfect that I do not violate this thing? No. I violated this thing when I was young. And I was screamed by my teacher, point blank. And I have to promise them that, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. That's how I learn. So I'm not perfect either. But I learn, I accept that my screw up and I learn. So there's many people in this world. They know it, they accept it, and they learn. And so I don't want to contribute with all this kind of stuff, okay? So this is to share with you. If you really want to learn meditation or Qigong or Wing Chun or traditional Chinese martial art, make sure get to the root. Make sure know exactly what it is before one start to get self-righteous, okay? Watch out, because that is deadly.